Hello. Yes, it has been quite the while. Now, welcome to a part 2 that didn't need to exist. Yep, Kirbykillo rants internet 2, part 2, number 2. You know, the curved number. Now, this one is also going to have 3 points, and also might be a little quiet because it is like 12. It's also 2 days before Christmas, so Merry Christmas. But what I'm going to talk about in this is my 3 points that I think should be discussed when talking about the internet as a whole. Because last time, you're not going to pay me to sit through 12 minutes of my old voice, but I might as well tell you about the rest of what I had thinking on my mind. So let's do it. My 3 points I want to talk about today is the new internet slang that occurred this year, doxing, and influencers. So, let's get started, trying to make this as short as possible so it's easier to edit. First of all, internet slang. Now, this is by far the worst thing that's happened this year, is the brand new assortment of words. Starting with a pretty common one I'm assuming you all know, Riz. Stop, don't ever, why? If you're my friend, you're my bestie, and you say Riz, you can be dead the next day, I'm not even kidding. I hate this word so much. But what I hate more is the fact that this word was used a lot, and then halfway through it starting to slow down being used. Adults started to say it, like out of touch adults started to use the word. And so it came back into relevancy because it was out of relevancy, which is stupid and essentially means that the word Riz is officially immortal. I think that's dumb, and if a word is immortal and nobody likes the word, then that's a bad thing. It also got added to the dictionary, which is ridiculous, along with other words such as simp. Its dictionary, I don't even remember its dictionary explanation, but it was wild. Another word they got introduced this year, fairly recently, was gyat, which is a way to say giant bottom. And not to sound like a dictionary here, but it is also fairly equated with the image of someone's jaw hanging quite farly out of their body. It is clear that the person watching is in astonishment, the giant gyat, mocking their doom. Now, since this word is fairly recent, and I don't find it that annoying when used like jokingly or ironically, but I find it freaking insanely annoying when used genuinely, because you'll have 5-year-olds running around saying yacht, and it makes me want to turn their heads into footballs. The final word here is skibbity. Yeah, I saved the best for last. It's not the last of the weird new words, but it is the worst of them, and I personally think this word is ruining our generation. Because clearly, I went to Thanksgiving with like my huge family, and all the 5-year-olds are running around going skibbity. Now my own brother will run around saying skibbity Fortnite in public, and it makes me want to shoot myself. Very fun. Next up on my list of discussion stuff on my piece of paper, here I'll fold it a little so you can hear it. My little piece of paper I wrote my notes on is doxing, and I only got 2 explanations for this one, but like Jesus Christ. A fairly recent dox thing happened with Fortnite. If you weren't aware, Chapter 5 came out and they changed movement speed, which made everybody angry. Nobody liked the fact that the movement speed got changed when it didn't need to, and yes, that's reasonable. But here's the thing, the animation for moving also got changed. So when the update came out, this dude who spent a year making the movement animation changes, not the movement changes itself, said, "I'm so happy I worked a year on this." Within 48 hours, he got doxxed and people just have been hating on this poor Epic employee for doing essentially nothing. He said, hey, I made the movement animation look cool. Doxed. Which really shows something here. Doxing is a horrible crime. Like, a serious, horrible crime. Giving away someone's location just because you're a little bit angry? That's insane. Now, here's a personal doxing story that I have seen happen in front of me. I was in school walking in the hallway talking to my friend. All of a sudden, a fight breaks out. It lasts for like 6 seconds before our 80-year-old janitor comes in and stops it. Real champ. And what I learned is that the fight started because the first kid went up to the second kid, showed him his own address, and pictures of him with his mother. And the other kid went, no, and punched him in the face. You know. Simple movement. How do you dox someone in high school? That's what I find goofy. Like, the fact that doxing someone is so readily available, like, the stuff to dox someone is so readily available, that a high schooler could do it? Wow. I mean, doxing is a serious crime, but I mean, it isn't more of a crime than letting these people on the internet, when I go into my third statement, influencers. You know, for my notes here, I just have just in general. I have no clue. If you watched, like, Penguin 0, you heard of the dude, or, well, not really only Penguin 0, but that's the only video I saw on him. The little annoying freaking tyke who just hypes up people fighting him, and then gets his bodyguards to fight them. Basically the plot of Chicken Little. And this guy's a clown. If you can upload yourself doing stuff like this, you're a clown. And I've seen so many examples of influencers. You're clowns. You don't belong on the street, you belong in a tent. You jester. This isn't the 17th century. Go home. Now, I don't have much to say on influencers, but stop. Some of them are good, but some of them are just horrible, and they should be burned at the stake for their crimes. Womp womp. And now I want to give like a little overview of what I think is going to happen soon. If nothing changes and we have another bad internet year like this one, then I am very concerned for the future. If I have to go around in the year, yes, and tell my grandchildren, back in the day, Riz wasn't a term. In fact, y'all youngins need to stop using it. And the only vocabulary that they'll know is skibbity riz. I might die of a heart attack then. Because if the presidents of the future are growing up on learning terms skibbity, riz, and yacht, there's no hope. We might as well just end the world now. I mean, be fair, it's pretty surprising that the world isn't going to end because of a meteor or the sun exploding or aliens. No. It's going to end because we created a word so vile that it infected our youth. Please stop letting children view content that contains the words skibbity or riz. You know what? Don't let them on the internet. Don't let children on the internet until they're full-grown adults with a brain. Please. That's it. I finished the video. I did it. I made a video after 3 weeks. 3 rounds of applause for me. Now to keep this short and editability, bye-bye.